Welcome back to Bostin British Fittle, where Maggie and I aim to bring you as many varieties of different British foods as we possibly can. Today we're doing a Welsh dish known as Welsh cheese pudding. This Welsh cheese pudding has toasted bread, melted cheddar and spices, along with a mix of milk and egg. With its abundance of green mountains and hills, with its sheep and its cattle, Wales produced a lot of cheese dishes such as this as a lunch or supper dish. It included a key ingredient of Coleman's mustard. Now, it has its roots here, the town of Norwich, in the county of Norfolk on the east coast of England. Jeremiah Coleman, a flour miller in 1814, blended brown and white mustard seeds to create the unique yellow colouring of the mustard and produce it an amazing taste. For this recipe, you're going to need 6 slices of bread, 300 millilitres or just over half a pint of milk, 8 ounces of cheddar cheese, 2 eggs, some butter for spreading, 1 level teaspoon of powdered mustard, 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg, a pinch of salt and a pinch of cayenne pepper. So in preparation for this meal, you're going to need to get an oven dish and butter all the inside. You want to take your cheese and grate it until you've got 8 ounce or 225 grams. You want to take your 2 eggs, put them into the bowl and beat them together. And then you want to take your bread, and this is the important bit. You want to toast it, but only on one side. Once that's all done, we'll move on to the next stage. Okay, as you can see, this is my toast and only done on one side. I'll show you with this one. There you go. So what you want to do now is take your bread with your toast on one side, and you want to butter the side that isn't toasted. Then, once you've buttered that side, you want to come up. You want to decrust them, and then we'll move on to the next stage. Okay, so I've got my decrusted. I'm going to cut them into fingers now and then lay them toast side down into the dish, and then we'll move on to the next bit. Okay, so they're cut into fingers. That's what it looks like. Oh, well, it's moving. So now you want to get some of your cheese and put the vast majority of it on the bottom. Not all of it. We'll save some for a bit later. Maybe about 5 ounces of it. That'll do. Okay. Once you've done that, when you get your seasonings, you want to mix them together a little bit. Okay, make sure they're fully mixed as much as you can. that's evening out nicely. Okay, that is fully all over the place. Excellent. And we'll now move on to the next stage. Okay, what we're going to do now is take some of the bits of bread, layer them on top. So I thought you had to layer it all over the base, but it turns out no, you can save some for doing on top like this. So just take them two as well, and there we go. Didn't mean to pull up that much cheese, but then you get the next load of cheese and that goes on top. That'll be the last of the cheese and the last of the bread. Oops. Okay. Okay, that looks good. Let's get rid of that. Okay, now we're going to move on to the other stage. We'll put this to one side and we'll get a saucepan, pour in your milk. We're going to put that on. Another extra bit of cheese there. And we're just going to warm it up. Whilst that's warming, we're going to add our eggs. Now the milk doesn't have to be boiling, it just has to be warmed up. So it won't be too long on here. So by the time you've folded and mixed your eggs into the milk, should be warm enough. Now it says to whisk the eggs, but I'm not going to cause a splatterization. See, mixing that nicely. I'm going to put it on this one. You can see it turned a nice yellowy custard colour already. I'm just going to let that warm up. Whilst that's doing, we are going to switch on our oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. That's 200 degrees Celsius, or gas mark 4. There we go. Yeah, you can see the skin of the milk and the egg is starting to stick to the side, so that's nicely warming. I'm going to get my cheese covered bread and toast. There. Turn the heat off that now, and we're just going to ladle it over. There we go, like that. Imagine bread will soak up most of that. There's no sugar been added to this, so it's obviously going to be savoury. I mean, sugar in this would just be custard. So there we go. Right, that is ready. Let's make sure we've got all the cheese in place. So now it is coming up to 5 to 7. We're going to stick this in the oven now and take it out at 7:30 because it needs to be in for between 35 to 40 minutes, and we'll see how it looks. Hi guys, before we go any further, please don't forget to follow, like and subscribe my YouTube channel to get updates on all the other British foods I'm going to try. And if you can think of any other British foods that I might like to try, go on to my Blue Sky account, bostinbrickfittle.bluesky.social. And don't forget to also check out my Instagram page for all the British foods that I'll have tried, and you can see all the images on there. All right, thanks very much and enjoy the rest of the video. Okay, it's coming up to 7:30. I'm going to give this thing a quick check. Oh wow, it's done. It needs to be a golden brown colour, and that is exactly what that is. And that is Welsh cheese pudding. Okay, we're going to give some of this Welsh cheese pudding a try. Very soft underneath. Very cheesy crust on top. But the mixture of the egg and the milk give it almost a souffle type thing. The cheese isn't overbearing, but it's absolutely delicious. The bread seems to have just melted in with the egg and the cheese. And the touch of those spices comes through. But what does the pupper think? What does the pupper think? Okay, we're going to try Maggie with some of this Welsh cheese pudding. What do we think to that, Maggie? Straight over, tail wagging. Oh, and that's one over straight away. Look at that. Completely gone.